Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Imtiaz Ali Jatoi and I am subject specialist at Government Pilot Higher Secondary School. Today I am going to teach you about the second lesson of first year Brikenhead drill. In fact, it is one of the favorite lessons because it teaches us about great heroism, great sacrifice and great discipline. Whatever is written in your fate, you cannot escape from it. But main thing is this, that how do you stand in difficult time? You have to stand. You have to be in discipline. You have to give sacrifice for other people. This is the real life. If you want to live life for other people, then this is the real life. And this lesson teaches us all about these things. This is the story of year 1851, and it was a Brikenhead, a troop ship which was carrying British soldiers and their families to South Africa. In fact, there were 630 people on the boat, and the number of women and children, it was 170. When it was 64 kilometers from Cape Town, South Africa, because the soldiers, they were coming from British and they were carrying their families and they were going to South Africa. Nobody knew there was a rock which was hidden under a sea, and then all of a sudden there was a crash and the ship was split into two. The front part of the ship, it sank immediately into the water, and the remaining part, which was a rare part, all the people, they managed to reach on the remaining half of the ship, though they knew that their death was certain and they were very much near because the ship was about to sink. There were only 3 lifeboats which had capacity of 180 people. The decision of the rescue operation had to be taken immediately, otherwise all the people, they were about to die. So the commander of the ship, he immediately ordered, and it was the order of the day. He just called all the soldiers, and all the soldiers, they stood in drill order. They were in discipline. They did as they were directed, and the commander of the ship, he directed that all the women and children must be saved first, because they were numbering 170 and there was capacity of 180 in the 3 lifeboats. The soldiers obeyed the orders of the commander and maintained full discipline in the face of certain death. There was no panic at all. The women and children would have been crushed under the feet of men if they had tried to escape, and then definitely it would have been, nobody would have been saved. So as the boats sailed away, all the women and children, when they were taken on these 3 lifeboats, and then when the lifeboats were sailed, then the soldiers stood at attention as if they were on their daily drill. This was their great sacrifice. This was their great heroism. This was their great discipline. They thought about the lives of other people. They thought about the lives of innocent people, about the weaker people, that these weaker people must have chance of life. They should live life. We are soldiers. We know that if we sacrifice our life for the cause of other people, then definitely we will be eternal. When the remaining part of the ship sank, all the men and soldiers, they went down into the water forever. And a few of them, however, struggled to get on the surface. They held wreckage till they were picked up by the rescue ship. The commander of the ship, he had also got hold of one wreckage, but when he saw 2 young people, they were also drowning. Then he called them. They took hold of the wreckage. Then the commander realized that we 3 people would not be able to hold this wreckage. Then he let it go. and he himself gave great sacrifice, and he saved two innocent people. Though he was commander, he was leading from the front, and he let it go to save these two young men, and he chose to die, but he did not let other people die. In all, 430 people went to die. They died. They faced certain death. Since that day, Brikenhead drill has become symbol of great courage, because this is the story of great courage. This is the story of great sacrifice. This is the story of great heroism, and this is the story of great discipline. Though they knew about fate, that this death is written in our face, but we are not going to let our weaker people die. So they died themselves. They gave their lives for the cause of other people, but they did not become selfish. And in fact, this is true humanity. This is true mankind, that you have to be you have to compare yourself with other people, that if other people are selfish, you are not going to be selfish. You have to give life, you have to live for other people. And since that day, Brikenhead has become symbol of great courage to face certain death calmly in order to save the lives of weaker people, such as women, children, and old people. But you are not going to be selfish. You are showing an effort of great heroism. So in the end, I would say that this is the story which teaches us great things, which teaches us great heroism, sacrifice, all these things.